Hey, it's BJ back in the Bird Cartel workshop. Have a very special LSDJ for you. Alright, so what are we looking at here? This is a cart from an awesome artist, Calavera, who I found on TikTok and Instagram. I'll tag them in this post. This is playing through our Game Boy speaker, but what's kind of neat is we built another site, and this runs locally in your browser. It will run from the speaker itself, but what you can do is you can name your album, you can drop some art in there, you can drop some files, UGE, GBS, or LSDJ save files. If you drop LSDJ save files in here, you also need to provide your LSDJ ROM. We want to pay for LSDJ, and you want to use that version so you know it's going to be a match. So through the power of WebAssembly, excuse me, and SameBoy, we run the LSDJ ROM in your browser locally. Nothing leaves your machine. We recreate the save files, render them out as GBS, and then render those into a ROM. So when you're all done, here's the album that Calavera gave me. When you're all done, you'll end up with a GB ROM that you can play on your Analog Pocket or Game Boy or whatever, or an emulator. Here it is there. And you also get a GBS file if you want that. So what's really cool about that is you can take that ROM file back into a different page on the speaker, and now we have the ability to flash carts. So this is super cool because when you have a ROM and a flashable cart, we'll detect that it's flashable, and then we'll say like, hey, you want to do this? And you can do this. So that's what I did. I built the ROM and then I uploaded it to this cartridge, and like I said, this is playable on a real Game Boy or a fake Game Boy, and also as a music album on the speaker. So this is super cool because if you watched the video a few videos ago, this speaker is also a USB audio device with 4 tracks that correspond to the 4 voices. So now if you're Calavera or another artist, you can basically author your stuff on LSDJ like you're used to, and then using the speaker, you can build a ROM, you can use the speaker to flash the ROM to a cartridge, and then you can use this cartridge as part of a live performance where you're remixing the 4 channels live if you want to. So really, really happy with that loop. I really want to see more people or anyone release an album with the cartridge as the format. You know, awesome cartridge art, better than this one. I just think it's so cool to hear what Calavera and other modern artists are able to do with this thing. Reminds me a lot of, if you look back at NES, Mario 1 versus Mario 3, same hardware, but through modern sensibilities, understanding the hardware, understanding the constraints, you can do so much more than people did on these soundtracks back then. Of course, it's not a totally fair comparison because this is just music, so you can fill up the precious, expensive storage with music only on this versus they had to put a whole game on here as well. So anyways, if you're an artist working in LSDJ, reach out to me. I'd love to help figure out how to ship your album on a cartridge and then actually sell these so that you can, you know, get your music out there and have it be playable on this, but also playable on Game Boys. Really happy with this progress so far. All right, I think that's it for LSDJ. Thanks for watching.